Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Hello ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening too. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and this is Running on Empty Food Review. Burger King review. This is a much anticipated release. Everyone's just freaking out over this. Everyone's just so glad it's back. There was a parade thrown in this thing's honor just a couple minutes ago. I was there, I was in attendance, was cheering it on, and then I got some for myself. Mac and Cheetos. That's what these are, from Burger King. Burger King's Mac and Cheetos. That's what they are called. And this is the day of its release. I'll be honest, I originally had thought that these were released tomorrow, the 19th of May. And then I looked it up out of my own curiosity, and it said, no, they're being released today, the 18th. I said, oh my gosh, all right, I'm going to go out, get there as soon as the place opens, and just get them and review them. That's exactly what I did. It took them a little while to prepare these. I figured because they're so new, and they had a little trouble ringing them up, but we got them, and here they are. It's the Mac and Cheetos. Now, I'm talking about them. What exactly are they before we delve any deeper into what this is? Well, the Mac and Cheetos are a fairly new release from Burger King, and I say fairly new. They were originally introduced a year ago. They were on the menu for a few weeks and discontinued. And now, almost exactly a year later, they brought them back. The Mac and Cheetos are a large... You have a small, about 6 of these in this little package here. It's a fried Cheeto husk, or shell. And inside this shell is liquid mac and cheese. Sounds disgusting, doesn't it? And some people think it is, but some people love it. I remember, and this is just talking from experience, because I already reviewed these about a year ago, that if you like things cheesy, then this is pretty much up your alley. But I'm curious to see how these have changed since then, and we'll see. Now, here's the Mac and Cheetos box, and here's me holding the Mac and Cheetos box ever so decoratively. And there it is, Mac and Cheetos. And a pound key sign Mac and Cheetos. And on the side of that, that's a Mac and Cheeto right there. They actually are two-dimensional, if you're curious. So that makes it even more interesting. And so there's one right there. It's a terrible joke. Alright, let's open this. I do like the packaging. I think it's neat. Look at them. They're lounging. They're just waking up. Because the place just opened up anyway. Oh, there they are. Now, this is what they look like. I think the immediate thing to say about these, ladies and gentlemen, are the fact that compared to a standard Cheeto, you know this, they're a lot bigger. You know, they are. They're a lot bigger, they're a lot thicker, and a lot crispier too. You can see, this is what those nails are for. You can see, you know, it's a fried shell. It's a big fried Cheetos shell. It does smell a little bit like the Cheetos. And then inside, of course, is supposed to be gooey mac and cheese. So now that we know what it looks like and what it is, I'm just going to eat it, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. So the Mac and Cheetos from Burger King, going in. Better not back into me. That was good. Alright, well, I tried to show the cross-section of this mac and Cheeto a couple of times, because obviously that's the most important part of it, what's inside. You can see the outside very, very clearly, but the gooey mac and cheese inside is something that you would seldom see, and what you would really taste the most. So I really wanted to show that off so you can see what it looked like. Now, as for what it tastes like, it does fit a lot of my recollections of how it once was. Here's the initial thing, and this is, if you want the review in 5 seconds or less, here it is. If you like things that are cheesy, this is for you. If you don't get it. Now, you could exit the video right now because that's the review. And that's as simple as it gets. If you don't like things that are cheesy, you will not like this. And if you do, I have a feeling that you will enjoy this. So that's the first thing. If you are adverse to the concept of cheese, don't even bother. It'll be a waste, unless you're genuinely curious. Now, for those of you who do enjoy all things cheesy, what are the specifics thereof? If there's one thing that I have to complain about when it comes to this, it's the fact that when you're eating it and when you're tasting it, you obviously, it's not called Mac-inos, just mac and cheese. It's mac and Cheetos. So obviously that Cheetos flavor is supposed to be there. Not just in appearance, but you're supposed to at least be able to taste some of that, at least crispiness of the Cheetos as well, that kind of powdered cheesiness, that you find in the Cheetos when you eat them, that crunchiness, that little kind of cheese powder, I guess you'd call it. You expect to taste that too. My main complaint when it comes to it is the fact that, you can't really taste that all too well, and that's a shame. The flavor of the mac and cheese itself is very prevalent, it's very potent, you can notice it very much so. It's extremely gooey and cheesy, and you can taste it an awful lot. But when it comes to that actual crispiness and crunchiness and flavor of the Cheetos themselves, I feel that that's a bit lacking. It seems as though when it comes to these mac and Cheetos, they're just using the shape of the Cheeto here to really hold the mac and cheese and nothing more, no flavor value added. And that's a bit of a disappointment, it's always creative to combine those two things and to have that shape of the Cheetos there as a vessel for this mac and cheese. But I really would have liked to have some of that flavor of the Cheetos really much more prevalent and noticeable in there as well. And that's my main complaint when it comes to it. As for how it tastes, though, still, I think it is pretty good. It is, as I said, very cheesy. I do like the combination of just that liquidy gooiness of the mac and cheese, with a few little there is a little bit of the macaroni in there too, that has a little bit of a chewiness, but it's not overwhelming, it's more of just the cheese in there. But I still like the combination of that with the fried crunchiness, of the Cheetos as well, so I do like that combination. But if there's one complaint, it's extremely cheesy, keep that in mind. I wish I could have tasted more of that Cheeto flavor in there, I really do. I think if they're going to re-release it again in the future, I think in the ads, they even try and say this, but let's just say this for instance. If covering my fingers in it, you can see the fried breading on my fingertips. Yeah, it's there. But there's no Cheeto dust actually on it. While they may claim that there is, I think the proof is right here. This is just the fried breading, and that's all that there is to it. So they just need to sprinkle more of that on, add more of it, make it more prevalent, whatever it may be. Just increase that flavor of the Cheetos, and I think they have a good thing going. Price-wise for this is $2, ladies and gentlemen. Out of 10, therefore, I'm going to be rating this a 8.0 out of 10. I think it's pretty good, but they do need to improve a little bit on it to get more of that, that Cheetos flavor going, and if they do that, I think it'll be really quite good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that I have for you. I'm your host, the Report of the Week, and today's review is for the Mac and Cheetos from Burger King. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and do take care.